is they taken a piece of hardware and they put presets on the actual hardware. You can't really do that on the vintage hardware. The build quality is a yes for me. I love the smooth oatmeal wood grain. That's what I'm calling it. I'm calling it oatmeal wood grain here. So all of you cool sound module MIDI control guys out there like myself, you guys can really appreciate this. This is the Universal Audio Volt 476p USB-C audio interface. And I'm going to tell you now, it's definitely a heavy contender of 2022 and beyond. What's up? Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to my home studio. I am your host, Archie B. And today we have a special guest, the Universal Audio Volt 476p. And like I said, it is a heavy contender of 2022. And just as I mentioned with the Volt 2 right here, this is definitely a new standard in audio interfaces. And really quick, comment below, what audio interface are you guys currently using? When I was coming up, nothing came without MIDI ins and MIDI out, and that's one of the most important things about this audio interface that I find very useful, especially for my MIDI sound modules. I know you can do it other ways, but some of those older sound modules, they just perform for me better with MIDI. And keep in mind, you don't need expensive gear to create great music, and it's always great when companies listen to the consumer and they create product that's within budget reach for their consumers. And if you like videos like this, be sure to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell so you won't miss any updates. And I have a secret. You guys are actually listening to it right now as we speak through it with the Universal Audio SD1 microphone here, which is a standard dynamic microphone. So first of all, what is it? The Universal Audio Volt 476p is a USB-C audio interface. It's 4 in, 10 out, and USB-C audio interface with 4 mic preamps. It has top flight analog circuitry, and it has class-leading 24-bit 192K A to D conversion. And you have a selectable vintage preamp mode, which actually initiates a 610 style preamp. And you also get 6 analog outputs with this audio interface. And you also have a built-in 1176 derived analog compressor with 3 expert presets. And yes, it also comes with a cutting-edge native software bundle for you guys to have your cool plugin and sonically take your music to the next level. So firstly, we're going to talk about the build of the 476p, all the features on board this audio interface, and then we're going to do an audio test. Hey, this thing is really vintage and it sounds so awesome. So if you guys are interested in this audio interface, I do have it listed below. And if you use that link, it does help this channel out. And we want to give a big shout out to our friends over at Universal Audio for getting this out to me to put to the audio test and review it. So firstly, when you look at the top of this audio interface, you see 4 knobs, basically a channel strip. What each one of the buttons starting from the top, if you see the initials up top, the VOC, the GTR, and the fast, these are your compressor preset settings. Now, what the VOC does, it's a fast attack and slow release for the classic smooth vocal compression, which is what I used in the audio test. And the GTR is slow attack and relatively quick release, allows more guitars and bass transients. So if you have a bass guitar, this probably would be a great preset for you. And this is helpful, especially if you don't really know how to use a compressor. These presets are really cool. Universal Audio is very innovative with this. What they have simply done is they taken a piece of hardware and they put presets on the actual hardware. You can't really do that on the vintage hardware. And then we have fast. This is a very fast attack and medium release for aggressive compression. That's if you want to get kind of like those pop vocals. And what controls this is the 76 compressor, which is the 1176 style compressor that's built on this audio interface. And you simply control these presets by hitting the 76 compressor button. And this 76 compressor is derived from the 1176, basically from the compressor back here on my 6176 channel strip, which is the 1176 compressor, the LN. And you have a 76 compressor on each one of these channels right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's talk about the vintage button. The vintage button actually initiates the 610 style preamp, which is really classic vintage tube sounding, warm, beef, and detailed at the same time. And the knob is your gain. And if you go down and you look at the 48 volts here and the instrument, you can actually switch each channel. And as you guys can see, it does run congruent with the actual gain knob here to correlate with each of the channels. And you see you have 1, 2, 3, 4. Then of course you have your headphones right here, 2 headphones. Thank you. 2 headphone controls on the actual audio interface, which is really awesome. Now let's go to the top of the audio interface again. Of course, you see you have your input meters, 1, 2, 3, 4, which correlates with the channel. And then you have your mono button. And then also you have your host button. We are connected. Then your output, you have 1, 2, 3, 4. These are basically your output indicators. And of course, we have the beautiful 476 printed right on top of this audio interface as well. And below that is the monitor output. You can see that. You can control your monitor this way. And then your monitor source, input 1, out 3, 4, out 1, 2. The main out is 1 and 2. Very simple. Now let's get to the back of the audio interface. As you can see, we have line 1, 2, 3, 4 here. Main outs left and right. And then the MIDI in and out. So all of you cool sound module MIDI control guys out there like myself, you guys can really appreciate this. And then of course we have the USB-C and also the power at the back as well to be independent. The build quality is a yes for me. I love the smooth oatmeal wood grain. That's what I'm calling it. I'm calling it oatmeal wood grain here. It's the same material as the Universal Audio Solo, which is really cool, but we can all appreciate that. It's right there in budget land, so we really do appreciate that. The important part, how does this audio interface sound? Let's check it out. I've hustled and I've worked hard. It wasn't enough for us to be. I spent lots of money, and so did you. It wasn't enough for us to be, yeah. Well, I really do hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you have any questions about the Universal Audio Vote 476p, please comment your questions below. I'll be happy to answer them. I've been putting it to the audio test for 2 weeks, and it's a go for me. It's a yes for me. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell so you won't miss another video. Don't forget to be great and create. Until next time, this is your boy Archie Beats, and I'm signing off.